Good morning, everyone. Welcome to NFT Art Talk Live in the morning, where we talk news and hot topics with you. Also, we're here to review the industry updates and a few things that we find interesting in this NFT space. We want to welcome you to our community of acceptance and celebration. If you're new to the crew, we want to ask you, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. If you're with us on YouTube, or like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell. If you're with us on Twitter, please don't forget to give us a like, a retweet, and a follow. We really appreciate your support, and we are excited to be here with you every morning talking about the NFT news. If we haven't met yet, my name is Moshe, aka DJ Fetus. This is my homie Karthik NFTs in all the places. What's good, man? How you doing this morning?
Man, just chilling, bro. Watching horrible basketball games last night.
Yeah, we're not
just
talking
making me
about that
pass out.
today. We're not talking
I don't
about
see
that
no
today.
Miami Heat jersey today, bro. What's
Yeah,
up?
I got my hat on, but it's backwards. It's still
Backwards.
there. Rally caps. We still have a chance, man. We've won
Y'all still have a chance?
9 out of 13 Game 7 series where we've been down 3-2 in the history of the Miami Heat. So I'll take that.
Bro.
We'll make it 10. Make it 10. I still think Boston's soft. Anyways, let's get into some NFT stuff.
Let's do this, man.
Yeah, we're going to make it a quick episode today, guys. We just quickly pulled up these marketplaces. We've been looking at these on Thursdays, just kind of seeing where people are transacting. I think this is over the last 7 days, if I remember, or 24 hours. Let's get 7 days up. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so over the last week, it's still kind of the same. OpenSea, Looks Rare, Ethereum being like a lot of the movements. Magic Eden, NBA Top Shot doing a lot of movement. We know they released that Magic piece this week. Axie Infinity, some of the gaming sites. Pancake Swap still flipping around coins. Foundation up there rounding out, and Rarible rounding out the top 15. I don't know if you had anything in here, Karthik. Nothing's really changed outside of like Top Shot.
But yeah, I mean, what I first glance is what I thought was interesting is the average prices on each one of these platforms. Actually, I don't know. That's an indicator, maybe somewhat prices to list your stuff at, or just understanding like those are the different economic tiers that they're in.
Yeah, that is a good point. Average prices and number of traders is always interesting. Like everyone's like, "Oh, OpenSea crushing it," but
right.
I mean, look at the difference in OpenSea and Magic Eden.
Yeah.
Not
straight up.
All right, let's keep it going. So in the theme of marketplaces, we thought we'd just bring this one up. This is the XRP marketplace, Sologenic. Got some really interesting stuff going on here. Just thought it was cool to look at some of the other collections that are happening in other marketplaces. It doesn't really give us a lot of stats on sales and stuff like that, but just thought it would be cool to look at some of this stuff.
Yeah, what I thought the Sologenic, I got a couple of my pieces on there. It's an XRP platform. The platform's pretty aesthetically looking pretty well, man, honestly, in my opinion. The interface and stuff like that, comparatively to the other ones.
Yeah, and the artwork looks really tight.
Yeah, I know I've been in there for probably like a month and a half. I drop in there every once in a while just to kind of check out what's going on because I have a few pieces in there. But yeah, it's a pretty cool platform. The Zoom app is the app you use in XRP to kind of get your stuff on there. That has a pretty simple interface. It's like really customer-friendly interface, in my opinion. It gives you notifications every time you sign off on a transaction or upload anything. But yeah, it's cool we brought this up in this space, man. This is definitely a tight marketplace. I think it's going to grow a little bit. I know they had a couple of projects out here during South by XRPL Punks was one of them that we checked out. So yeah, I can see this marketplace growing over time.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to get some of my stuff up there. Well, let's move into some news and hot topics, shall we, guys?
Let's do this.
Karthik, you want to take us on
so this first article, I found when I was just surfing the internet, and it's about NFL partners with Mythical Games for NFT-based video game. The NFL Players Association announced a new partnership on Wednesday with gaming technology studio Mythical Games to introduce an NFT-based video game called NFL Rivals. The game will officially launch in 2023, but fans will have an opportunity to purchase 32 limited quantity collections of 3D NFL themed NFTs in a series of drops prior to the game's release. The actual game itself will allow fans to compete against other gamers as the general manager of a team in a fantasy style environment while assembling rosters with NFTs of their favorite players through a play and own system. So yeah, I thought this is just another article verifying how these big sports are kind of getting into NFTs. They're obviously doing more like a fantasy type of style environment. If you ever played fantasy football or fantasy basketball, I'm assuming it's going to be something of that nature. What's going to be interesting about all this is I could see this happening in video games as well down the road. I know Madden's the big game right now. I know they've had like exclusive licensing for a while. That might change somewhat. I know 2K is kind of coming around with more video games in the sports spectrum. What's so interesting about this is it comes back to this whole concept of when you start creating these video games with these crypto tokens, now you have an atmosphere where fans can go in there and actually make money from the actual game, right? Whether the video game or the fantasy game. So that's where it's getting interesting because you're seeing a shift in culture from, oh, maybe I just go get a job in the regular format to a lot of these young kids are around video games and screens where I could definitely see a sector growing in this kind of nature where you have youth kind of coming in here and they're actually making a living from these type of activations.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting future with this NFT gaming, like you said, and the play to earn options. Sorry, guys, I'm doing a little bit of dadding while we're hanging out. So my son wants to come like hang out with us a little bit. So that's why I'm muting and talking off to the side. But we'll keep it going. No problems here. Everyone's welcome. I think everyone can relate to that. But anyways, yes. So Pharrell Williams launches an NFT platform. The Gallery of Digital Assets is what it's called. Goda's founding team includes contemporary artist Nina Chanel, Abney, investor entrepreneur Sean Neff, gallery owner Todd Kramer, art collector Easy Odebor, investor Nick Adler, NFT collector and advisor Jimmy.eth, among several others. Their aim is to give contemporary artists a curated platform to approach the digital world. The platform says, in a way, they want to leverage NFTs in a way that feels organic and true to their creative voices. They're planning to provide the ultimate user experience by allowing access to best drops for a curated collection of renowned figures from the traditional art world, as well as up-and-coming artists. The first drop will include what a media release says is must-have a Goda Mint Pass, which guarantees access to future drops. Pharrell isn't the first superstar artist to be founding a member of an NFT platform. John Legend raised $7.5 million, led by the like the Sandbox parent company, Animoco Brands. So I just thought this was interesting. You know, these artists are using their platform to support other artists. You know?
Yeah, I think that's a big thing that needs to happen. These artists with more clout, if they could kind of get behind this movement and then incorporate some of these independent artists that are actually pushing it forward, I think it's very great for the whole class, basically. Because really, I think all this NFT asset class, like I'll always preach to everybody, is based off the artists who are creating the art, creating the music, creating the whole experience, right? So to have a big name like Pharrell Williams, I've seen him play at festivals before. I've been a big fan of his music over the years. For him to actually go forward with this and be like, I want to do something for these artists and figure out a new way to kind of incorporate it, I think it's like much respect to what he's doing, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. And leading the way, showing artists like, look, you know, let's band together, or you can do this yourself, or just get into NFTs, I think is really interesting. And that's part of what we like to show here on the show as frequently as it can in our news topics, just reminding everyone that like this mass adoption thing, sure, there could be one massive event where everyone, you know, a big festival and 200,000 more people come on. You saw like, you know, that's like how many people are on OpenSea right now, right? So it's like, you know, you see stuff like that, and then, or it could just be these people over time, like slowly onboarding their fan bases into NFTs using their own proprietary marketplaces, their own places where they can write their own contracts, so they don't have to depend on someone else. Is really interesting, and I appreciate people leading the way. Did you have any thoughts, Kartik?
Yeah. Also, you know what I really like about this? OpenSea opened the gateways, right, to like any artist being able to put something on there as an NFT and selling it. What I really like about this is Pharrell as a just as an artist, he's realizing, well, why can't I just release my own, platform and release my own NFTs in a certain way with independent artists. So I think this is just the next evolution of what's occurring, right? You're gonna have these big marketplaces forever, I always believe, just as an entry level for all artists and a secondary marketplace. But there's going to be this primary marketplace run by artists who actually own the material, have the fan base, the outreach, and they're actually the ones who are able to communicate to the mass public of like, what is an NFT? This is verifiable by me. This is how you transact in it, and they'll probably trust that a little bit more because they've seen this public figure around their media throughout their whole life or experienced their art during their existence.
Yeah, I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more. It's led by these artists. The artists are getting recruited onto blockchains to like help bring more attention of all sizes. Like Kartik and I were talking about how that last night in chat, how we're getting recruited too, which is awesome and very flattering. But you know what you know. So I want to thank everyone for coming this morning and hanging out with us. We're going to keep it brief this morning. I'm running around. It's breakfast time in my house, and my kids like yelling at me, and I'm muting and unmuting. But we still got there. We still did it. I'm still so excited to be here with you guys. Thank you, Kartik, so much for taking your time this morning to do this awesome show with us. Thank you, all the viewers out there, for hanging out and watching and learning with us and living this life with us. We can't wait for tomorrow afternoon. It's the Jam Room. Kartik and I are going to be showing off some new music and NFTs and different things that we're doing right now.
I have an album release tomorrow, so I'm gonna be dropping
Oh,
everything on Friday. So I've got a big release, big reveal tomorrow. So
all right. Kartik's releasing his. Dang, now I'm going to like push to also drop my newest drop by tomorrow. I have the music done, so I just got to finish the art. But yeah, I'm really excited about it, and I'm really excited to have you guys here. I'll let Kartik close us down. We'll see you at 1 o'clock Eastern, or sorry, 1 o'clock Central Time this afternoon, same place, talking about art and artists. Close us
great
down,
hanging
Kartik.
out with everybody. Appreciate Moshe's time. I always say this is the best time of my day. I get to actually kick it with my friend, talk about some art, talk about some new space called NFTs. Appreciate everybody coming out here. And yeah, just send positive vibes out in the world. I know everything kind of gets tough and busy sometimes, but as long as we keep on as artists create and then teach fans to create something good in their life, I think positive energy will be always radiating out in the world. So I'm just going to leave you all with that message.
Positivity and love. Peace.